Welcome to another episode of the CV Dissect, brought to you by Sibiya and Langa. Sibiya and Langa is the employment ecosystem that give you the path that include P. We prepare you for employment through our career services. That is your CV writing, LinkedIn optimization. Let's apply on your behalf. Let's apply together club. A, we give you access or exposure to opportunities through our webinar session where we have conversation with experts. We have social media platforms where we plug people with opportunity. T, we take your hand, we apply on your behalf, we do it on your behalf. That is our service. Let's apply on your behalf. And in H, we hold you accountable to Let's Apply Together Club. The club meets every Thursday, 7 p.m. That is more exclusive. That's where we tell you what to do, especially if you feel exhausted or you don't know what to do next in your job searching journey. On today's episode, we have a plant manager or senior metallurgist that has worked in a company for the past 12 years. More than 12 years actually, and currently they feel like, no man, I want new opportunity, I want to put myself out there, but this is the only thing that I know. What I mean is that after university, this client has only been exposed in this environment. They worked their way up from training as a graduate. Now they're a senior metallurgist, and now they want to put themselves out there and look for new opportunities. And they came like, hey, Bendilo, look at my CV. Let's work on my CV. I want to find new opportunities. The main problem that I noted from the CV, which is included in the link, in the caption, you just go to the Google link to see the CV, is that this CV was underselling the client. Like, staying for 12 years in the same environment, you end up forgetting what value you bring in the table. You will end up not seeing that actually I am doing excellently in this job. You'll just be happy because, hey, maybe I'm promoter, I'm getting new opportunities, but now putting it down to say, hey, this is me, this is what I've been doing for the past 12 years. You can consider me in your company as an executive or as a high profile or as a manager. It becomes very hard. So let's look at the CV together. At a high level, when I look at this CV, I'm happy that in the summary, I can easily pick the 12 years, and that experience means a lot, especially in the recruitment space. But when you look at the format of the CV or how it looks like, and the person we're talking about the senior, a senior manager with over 12 years experience in the field, in the mining field. That's a big deal. For me, when I look at this CV, I would say maybe it's someone who still trying to find their way or trying to define their position in the market, in the job market. And I think that it was poor. It is poor for her caliber. I'm not a fan of putting a picture in your CV simply because I believe that sometimes someone can look at your CV and say, hey, Lon, look like my ex. No, I'm not calling them. People, we all have this bias as people. At the end of the day, even if your CV is passing through an ATS, at the end of the day, it will end up in the hand of a person, and a person will look at you and judge you. If they liked you, that's good for you. Sometimes you can be too beautiful for someone and then you're triggering them. Like, I know this beautiful girl normally takes her husband, such things. So personally, I'm not a fan of adding my picture in a CV. I believe that you'll meet me. If you call me for an interview, that's where you're going to meet me. And as I'm about to go through the conversation that I had with the client and the things that I realized about her, you will see that, no man, this could be better. The experience could have been positioned in a better way. I see that you went in depth in the tertiary and educational detail, but I feel like that could be positioned much better. So what did I discover as I go through the CV? I made sure that I make notes so that I don't leave anything behind. Firstly, there are quite a lot of hidden achievements in this client. Firstly, I wish I can show you. When I talk to her, she's very intelligent. It's not by mistake that she moved from being a graduate to a senior person. She's very intelligent, well-spoken. She has the leadership skills. She's also a warm, a very nice person. I think people that work her actually like her. I don't know them, but I'm just thinking. But one of the things that came up is that she has managed to save the company 8 million annually. And it was not stated in the CV. Being able to save 8 million annually consecutively It's a financial flex. It's a managerial flex. It's a leadership flex. Guys, I'm able to do this for you. She was managing a budget of over 14 million per month. Operational budget of over 40 million. She was managing that with a number, hundreds of people that were reporting under her. She was managing the entire department. Performance-wise, they had some targets of 12,000 tons target. She will go above 15,000 tons in targets. So these are things that will be exchanging as I talk to her, because when you have to write your own CV and reflect on what you bring in the table, even myself sometimes, I need someone to sit down with me and talk to me. And because I'm able to do different things, I have CVs that are looking at different things as well. There is Mpendulo, the scientist. I'm also a research communication officer. I'm also in the influencer space, social media space. I'm also public speaking. So these different CVs will speak to different things. So sometimes I just need someone to talk to me, to help me, remind me, hey, Mpendulo, you're actually a serious speaker. Remember back in 2018, have you ever spoken at Gauteng? Have you ever spoken abroad? Have you ever? Then when they ask me those questions, and then I start to realize that no, man, I can bring a lot in the table. So other things, I think she introduced the CEO Awards, and she also won multiple awards. Some of the awards as follow: CEO Awards, Best Graduate in Training; CEO Awards, Best Laboratory; CEO Award, Lowest Magnetate Consumption; CEO Award, PMD Performance. A lot of stakeholder, a lot of geologists, a lot of people reporting under her, a lot of constructors, a lot of engineers reporting under her. And I felt like, wow, you're so amazing. And this CV, the main thing that is lacking, it's positioning. So we created a CV that is moving her from just being a senior metallurgist to a metallurgical and coal processing leader. Why? Because she's not just processing the coals, she's not just in the laboratory, she's actually leading people, she's actually mentoring people, she's doing the work, but also she is leading in the entire system. We had a conversation where I saw that, okay, she actually improved some of the processes within the years. She actually closed down some mines that were not doing well and made hard decisions. So there is the leadership in her more than the scientist. Not more than, let's say, there is the scientist, there's also the leader in her. So the CV as well should position her as such, should position her as the professional in the field, and also the leader, and also the expert, and also the executive in the field. So with the current positioning, what did we do? If you want to see the CV, you must join our club. Let's Apply Together club. You'll see there. I'll show them there. But the new positioning is inviting the recruiters. It's basically telling them, hey, 12 years plus, hey, this is what I achieved. Hey, I can manage millions. Hey, this is what I'm currently doing, and this is what I can bring in the table. We also include the core competences, followed by professional experience, followed by achievements in the role, and then after that it was education. Why was education lower? She's been working for 14 years plus now. There's more to showcase in the experience field. There's more to convince the recruiting panel to call her within the experience. And then the education side is part of saying, oh, but the job description is looking for someone with an honors. Does she have it? And then we're like, oh yeah, she has it. That's why we did not put it up there. But what did we put up there? We made sure that we put the achievement, we put the work, we put all the things that will convince them in 6 seconds that this is the person you are looking for. So I guess the biggest lesson today in the CV is that your value is not what you do, and it's not what your job description is saying about you, but the value is, your value is what you bring in the case, it's what you create in the environment, it's what you actually did. Your job description can say that you must come every 6 a.m. and do what, not. But when you came at 6 a.m., you realized that no, man, at 6 a.m. we don't have a clocking machine, and then you now created a new clocking machine which help the managers or the system manage better. I should have used a better example. But anyway, my point is that your value is what you actually did, not what you were supposed to do. So I know a lot of people will write a CV and copy and paste their entire job description in the entire CV, ending up with 5 pages of telling us what you were supposed to do in that work, but not actually telling us what you actually did in the past 14 years. If you're also in the market, you're looking for employment, and you'd like us to review your CV, or you'd like us to work on your CV together, you can always WhatsApp us on 065 161 7155. And please do join our club. Check out our services, link on bio. Let's apply on your, let's apply together club. That's where we meet every Thursday, 7 p.m. for people who are like, yo, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. Bendilu, please assist me. What do I do with my LinkedIn? Thank you so much for watching. I am Sibiya.